we made it through the 1111 portal. And wow, this month has been power packed with energies and frequencies and galactics for me, anyway, and expansions and so much incredible energy and movement and timeline shifting. I am Washayla Sananda. Thank you for joining me today. So, in thinking about what do I want to share with you in the video today, it's really about what's relevant, what's up, what's new, what's happening on the planet right now as we are entering more deeply into this ascension process. And what I'm finding is that the galactic energies, the divine light beings, the ascension guides are so very available. They always have been. However, I feel that with the frequencies and the upgrades and the embodiment and the expansions that are happening, it's like they're just right here all the time within arm's reach. They're really within heart's reach because all we need to do is open our heart and make contact. And they're right here with us anytime we need them or want them or call them. One of the galactics that I have been so blessed to be working with lately is Parvati. You may know Parvati as the wife of Shiva. And what's interesting about Parvati is she's a human. She was regular, well, not regular, but she was a human and that was very high functioning. And she married Shiva, who is God, a galactic. And there are a lot of different ways to look at this. The way that she came to me was very unexpectedly. I was working with my beloved, doing some powerful portal work, and there was something that he wanted me to understand. And I wasn't open to, I wasn't getting it. I wasn't seeing what it was that he wanted me to see. So rather than attempt to explain it to me, he put on some Shiva chants, Om Namaha Shivaya, and we just sat there and listened for a few moments. I had no idea what was coming. I just opened. I just opened to receive the understanding that he wanted to share with me. And so in that listening, what happened was Parvati came and embodied me. And I suddenly felt this beautiful physical flow, this embodiment of divine feminine in a very different way than I had ever felt it before because I wasn't working with her previously. I wasn't aware. I was aware of Parvati. I wasn't aware of her as an entity or in a personal way before this time. So she came right in and she let me feel being her. She really embodied me. And then I got to feel what it felt like to be her. And it was so lovely because she was pure flow. She just doesn't have resistance. There's no resistance in her. She's just wide open and receptive, receiving, allowing, flowing, surrendering, creating. I mean, massive creative energy, but this pure, beautiful feminine flow with no resistance, with no walls up, just pure creation. And it was so beautiful to feel that in my heart. I felt my heart just open up, felt the joy of being physical, the joy of being in a physical body. What a gift that is. The opening of the heart to just allow and receive and be love and be loved, be loved. And I got it. I just understood so deeply that in order to be embodied in feminine flow and divine feminine, it's pure receptivity and there's no room for anything but flow and pure openness, receptivity, love, joy, the feeling of it's very sensual and very physical while simultaneously very galactic and high frequency. And that was such a gift, such a beautiful gift to receive from her. And so Parvati's message to humanity at this time is what I really want to bring through for you. And so, feeling the experience of Parvati is akin to spiritual water, of becoming the flow and allowing the flow to move around rocks and move around obstacles and just not let anything be in the way of the embodiment of the divine, of the sacred love of being embodied and having a physical body, and just the gorgeous deliciousness of being physical, of being divine embodied in a physical temple, physical vehicle. And what a gift that is. It's the awareness of this beautiful sensual experience of physicality is such a special gift, and not to let anything clog it up, block it up, create resistance, just to let yourself move into pure flow. And so how, I always ask, how can I make this relevant to you in sharing this with you? I want whatever I share to be relevant to you. How can you use this information to upgrade your life, to upgrade your relationships, to upgrade your experiences, to maybe clear some blocks that are in your way? And so, in bringing Parvati's message to humanity, what she would have us do is first, like, go into the heart center and allow your heart to open like the liquid crystal plasma of divine light energy. It just forms and reforms and flows and moves. It's spiritual energy. It is what we are created from, and it flows like a river, and it flows with us and who we're being. We get to direct that flow. And when we get mental resistance that comes up, this spiritual water, the spiritual liquid crystal plasmic energy can just allow that rigidness, the edges of the rigidness of our mental stops, right? The mental blocks that get in the way. That spiritual water just flows right through the cracks, and enlightens them, brings the light, brings the codes, brings the upliftment, to let it go, to take a deep breath, to embody the beautiful sacredness of being, to embody the divine light, to allow ourselves to move into divine light, free flowing energy, and let this form be pure and authentic. Be authentically yourself. Be who you are here to be. Let your truth flow out of you and through you and into others in the most divine way, the most joyful expression. Let yourself witness those blocks and then love them, and love yourself out of them. Let them just flow right out of your being when they're stopping you, because we get to have our authentic expression and we get to receive that of others, and it doesn't need to stop us from our truth. And where can we find that unity flame and just love each other for who we are in our unique expressions? It's a beautiful thing that we get to be unique expressions and have different thoughts and feelings and experiences than those people that we're interacting with. That's what makes this fun. If we were all the same, if we all had the same thoughts and feelings and emotions, what would there be to learn here? There wouldn't be anything to learn, because we already would know what everybody else was thinking and experiencing and feeling, and then there would be nothing to learn and grow from. So it's really about opening up the divine feminine heart and allowing and receiving, and then whatever is distorted or unclear or rigid or blocked, just to let that soften, let it purify, and let other people in more. Let those people that want to love you, and notice, where am I getting in my own way of receiving love? And let that Let that fall away, even if it's just for the moment. Let yourself receive the love of the beloved through other people, through many, many different ways, many eyes. We're going into a holiday week here. Maybe you're going to have family. Maybe your family loves you and you love your family, but perhaps there are blocks. Quite often there are, right? In the family dynamics. How can you love each other more? How can you give and receive without blocks and resistance, the blocks and resistance that have come up in the past? How can you just open your heart and let your family tell you whatever it is that they say that maybe sometimes causes resistance to come up within you? How can you receive them in a loving, heart open, just receptive, flowing way, and let it be okay, whatever it is that they want to say or share? Can you receive that in gratitude, in love, even if the words aren't what you want to hear? Can you still take it as a gift and receive it and say, thank you, I appreciate you, I love you? I've really noticed when there's some resistance up on either side, and I just listen and say, I love you, the resistance just goes away. And now maybe you don't have a relationship where you can say that, where it would be received well. Then you can say something like, I appreciate you. I care about you. You're amazing. Isn't it fun that we get to be together? Any version of that that fits for you will do just fine. You're showing that you're open to receiving, you're open to interacting, even if you see it differently, even if you've been resistant in the past with each other or contentious or whatever that is. How can you go into flowing with your family, with your extended family, with your friends, with your beloveds, with your community? How can you just open a little bit more, be in more flow, be in more receptiveness, your open Parvati receptiveness, the deliciousness of being in a human body, a human temple, loving and appreciating the divine just simply by being, by opening your heart, by allowing this life to inform you in light, in love, in truth, in other people's truth, and let your heart free out, let it be free, let it express and let it feel and let it receive and let it flow. That's really it. Just let it flow and see what happens, and have as much fun as you can, have as much joy as you can. Enjoy. If you're having a big meal for Thanksgiving, enjoy it. If you're being invited to someone else's house, or if you're the one hosting, enjoy it as much as possible, rather than getting caught up in, I've got to do this and that, and all of the to-do list and all of the stress that can happen. Just flow through it, expand your container, and allow yourself to have fun. This is meant to be fun. Holidays are designed to be enjoyed, to enjoy each other's company, to enjoy the meals, to enjoy Thanksgiving, giving thanks. What are you grateful for right now? What are you grateful for this week? What are you grateful for this month, this year, this lifetime? Tell me one or two or three things that you're grateful for. I would love to hear about it in the comments below. And let me know how this goes. I want to know when you try to invite, when you allow Parvati to come in, the essence, the spirit of Parvati is one of pure openness, joy, flowing, receptivity. Even if you're, and this is a feminine flow, but if you're masculine, if you're a male, you don't have to be female to experience this type of flow. We are all on a spectrum, male, female, anything in between. We all have masculine and feminine energies. So even if you're male, where can you go into your receptive feminine flow this week or this day or this moment, and allow and feel the resistance melt away in you? How does it feel? And what does that open up for you? Tell me about it. I want to hear about your experiences. And I wish for you a joyful holiday. I see for you the most wonderful experience with your beloveds, or if you're spending it by yourself, the most beautiful, connected, divine experience of flow within yourself. And I want you to know how much I appreciate you tuning in with me, working on your ascension path with me. I do this because of you. Thank you for being here. I love you. I cherish you. Namaste.